Hey guys, welcome back to the WODdoc Project365, episode 110. Yesterday we got in with Dr. Perry. We started talking about the intrinsic system, the internal intrinsic system, and how core activation led to a rigid torso, right? And if we couldn't activate our torso correctly, or if we had some type of dysfunction in our core, rather, if we couldn't activate our core correctly, or if we had some type of diaphragm dysfunction, we would get leakage in that system. That leakage, if it got great enough, would cause reduced rigidity in the torso. We would start recruiting other musculature in other places, and we talked about how possibly the adductors could be one of those ones that are over-recruited and how that could affect our squat. However, there's other components in the internal intrinsic subsystem, and we talked about the diaphragm yesterday as being the cap, but the barrel of that core is made up of three basic muscles, okay? We have the transverse abdominis, we have the internal oblique, and we have the external oblique. Check out the website. You'll make sure that you'll be able to see the anatomy. I'll have it posted up there. But basically, it's all the tissue that comes from the side of my back all the way around and kind of caps underneath your abdominal muscles, like the six-pack, so to speak, that you see on the Men's Health channel and all those other things, right? It's everything that's in the front there that isn't your six-pack. And there's different layers. It starts out, the transverse abdominis will be the deep, and then the external obliques will be the most superficial. So what we're going to do is we're going to try to mobilize them, because what happens if it's not the diaphragm? What happens if it's some of those that are causing dysfunction, which is allowing the core to leak some type of energy, which will then kind of, if you leak enough, cause reduced rigidity. So here's what we're going to do. We got a couple mobility balls and such. Put these over here. We're going to start out on a roller. And like I said, the core, at least so to speak, as we were talking about with transverse abdominis, internal, external oblique, is nothing more than our stomach, but not our so to speak ab muscles, the pretty ones. So what we're going to do is we're going to turn on a 30-degree angle, so, and just get off those six-pack ab type of things that we're thinking of. Just get onto the side, and we can even come back almost onto our side. You just have to watch that you're not bumping up and down too high onto the rib cage. If you can kind of poke it just a little bit. So just be mindful of that, okay? So what do we always do? We spend 2 to 4 minutes on each side. Notice that I have my arm up, stretching that, stretching the rib cage as high up as I can, right? I'm trying to clear and make more room so I can get the roller in there and the ribs splayed out away from the iliac crest, which is down on the bottom of your hip bone. So again, I'm just going to roll all the way up, all the way down. I can turn to the left. I can turn to the right. Okay, spend 2 to 4 minutes getting that tissue prepared. How do we stretch that now? Okay, the way that I'm going to show you how to do it, you can use a whole bunch of different mobility balls. I'm using this one because it works for me. If it needs to be smaller or bigger, that's fine. Use it as needed. We're going to place the ball a little bit higher than we do when we do our psoas release. So we're going to go to our belly button, and we're going to come to the side, and we're just going to go just to the lateral portion or the outside portion of our belly button, a little bit higher or superior, so towards our chin. Okay, we're going to lay onto that belly button. Make sure that you're not on the ribs, okay? You're below the rib cage. Now, so from right there, all we're going to do, if we're on our right side, we're going to use our left leg to come over in a scorpion type position. So we have our hands right here. We can bring our left leg over into a scorpion position. If I wasn't kicking my foam roller, you'd be able to see there, right? And what that basically does is that makes the ball roll as I stretch, okay? So it's going to look just like this. Arms are out. Kick that leg over. That ball's digging down into that rib cage there. It's going to be able to create a fulcrum here and really start to release that lateral portion of the tissue. Make sure you check on the website, guys. I'll show you a little bit more anatomy. We'll go over a little bit about the actions and what they all do and how they can affect our core and leakage of power. So until next time, guys, we're optimizing function to optimize performance. I'll see you guys tomorrow.